we're gonna get a little up close and personal in this cleaning video, like literally like up close and personal. It didn't look this close when I was recording, so I apologize. We're a little close, but I am tackling the forgotten spaces in this kitchen, as in the areas that I don't clean as frequently as I should. So we're gonna do some deep cleaning and hopefully show my kitchen a little more attention moving forward. Before clearing the jars off the counter, I'm just refilling them with some bulk items. These are my bulk jars. And I just have to pour them first because I am a very messy pourer, so just leaving this for last is just setting myself up for failure. I'm really embarrassed to admit this, but I've only ever wiped these wooden shelves once since installing them. So that's like a year, and I've only ever wiped them down once. I didn't even know any of this was happening on the top shelf, so I should probably peek up there more often. Okay, so this spray, you know how everyone have that like one product that they swear by? Well, for me, it's this homemade spray. Let me know yours in the comments. Like, what is one cleaning product that you will never let go of or think you'll never let go of? Because, you know, things change. Because if you asked me this a few years ago, my answer would have been bleach, okay? That's... Without even thinking, I would have just said bleach. I am not letting go of bleach. But here I am today with my little homemade cleaning spray. These are just scraps of wood that I used to elevate the back for the jars, just to have them visible, you know, like leveled. I touch these containers frequently, like every day. Breakfast containers, lunch, sometimes containers, dinner containers. So they're mainly filled with my fingerprints on the lids. Look, the glass markers lasted a whole year on these jars, but some slowly rubbed off based on how I was holding the jar, and some are just mislabeled right now. So I'm finally going to take care of that. And these are just huge mason jars that I got from Walmart and Target when I was doing my kitchen makeover. If you guys haven't checked that out before, it's one of my first videos. So if you do check it out, you know, be nice. Spelling is not my strength, okay? Especially when it comes to spelling spaghetti. Like if you could spell spaghetti, that kudos to you, because it's very challenging for me. But I think I spelled it 99% right. It's still considered wrong, but I think I did pretty good. So clearly most of the stuff on the shelf were from like the outer layers of like the onions and garlic and the vegetables. I don't know how the potatoes did that, but the vegetables. So I'm just shaking and wiping these off for a fresh start. I did end up adding 2 vegetables from the basket to my compost because I just didn't get to them fast enough. These I don't organize in any particular order. I just keep the emptier jars in the back. That's really it. If a jar is getting low, I'll probably just shove it to the back. And now I have a well-cleaned area in this little corner of my kitchen, and I'm so happy it's finally cleaned off. Okay, so this part isn't bad. I just get a bit lazy when I have to like clear the whole space off and remove everything. So usually I would just wipe only the exposed counter space, but because we're doing a deep cleaning, it's only fair to do it right? Which didn't even take that long to clean. I don't understand why I'm so lazy with this. It was honestly like a very quick wipe down. If you haven't noticed yet, I tend to go the more natural route or the more environmentally friendly route most times, so I do use kitchen rags. I haven't bought paper towels in like several years. I'm really proud of myself for committing to that. I'm not against it, but I can honestly finish 3 rolls of paper towels in one day, and I'm not even exaggerating. And so just using rags, I feel less guilty, and with rags, you just wash, reuse, and repeat. This plastic thing has like layers of water stains. At first we were just using a dry mat, but the moisture was going into the built-in counterboard and mold was just starting to build up. I've cleaned it several times in the past as well, but like I said, a few years ago, I would have been pouring bleach like all over this, like without question, just pour. But since I've been going down the natural road, I play around with like different ingredients and different products that will still get the job done. Probably requires a little more effort, but it does get the job done. And today it involves lemons. My toddler is literally always in reachable distance of me, so I tend to use products that I feel very comfortable with, especially if he like probably accidentally sprayed in his eye. I won't freak out. And plus, he likes to help me clean, so that's another reason. The water stains on this thing were like really stubborn, even after like a really good wash down. So I did end up spraying it down with that homemade cleaning spray that I have, and that took it like right off. Like this thing works like magic. I think that's why it's just my go-to. No, I think I wash my hands in the kitchen more than anywhere else. So hand soap is like a must by the sink. And this company is called Petal. They're an environmentally friendly company. And this zero waste starter kit came with like 4 pods, which is technically 4 bottles worth of hand soap. I mean, you can't beat that. And it's not even taking up a lot of space. And you just add water and shake. It smells amazing. And I am a sucker for foaming hand soap. Let me know if you guys like the foaming one or the gel one. Foaming is just literally like a little playground for me. And they have several still bottles to choose from, but you guys know I love black and white, so that's what I went with. Yeah, I think that's good now. I'm gonna leave their link down below for you guys to check out. They sound like an amazing company. I did my research on them and it sounds pretty legit. Like I could commit to this one. I could definitely commit to this company. I'm gonna be honest, every time I have to move to the next spot in my kitchen to deep clean, I get a little more embarrassed sharing it. I am enjoying your company, and I hope you guys are getting some cleaning inspo out of this. Let me know the most neglected part in your kitchen. I'm just gonna guess, okay? I'm just gonna guess based on my experience. It's probably inside the cabinets or one of the cabinets or behind the fridge, which, like I said, I am guilty of, but meet me in the comments, let me know. I know you guys saw this spray bottle coming. I mean, it's inevitable at this point, okay? It's just gonna get used. I'm just shocked there's still something in there at this point. I try to clean the stove like once a week, twice if it looks like it's getting out of hand, I'll clean it twice. But it's mainly just like scooping the stuff out that falls to the bottom, nothing that requires like too much effort. So this time I'm just giving it like a nice deep clean. This is actually our first experience living with a gas stove, so I feel like it requires just a tiny bit more effort to clean, just because of everything that has to be removed to like really get in there and like clean. But I really like this gas stove, and I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. And now the final space that I tend to forget about is my spice drawer. You're probably like, okay, but what's the issue, Kim? I have a few drawers that sometimes they don't close well, so they just leave their marks throughout the drawer. Especially my cinnamon jar. I think that's what caused most of this. I have a lot of empty jars that are just like taking up space, but I keep those like if I want to make my own spice blend, or if I bring them to the store with me to refill up on the spice. So I do keep those. I also have spices that I've only ever used once from those like recipes where you're like, yeah, I probably won't use that spice again. I had a few of those, so I got rid of those. But most of my spices are not blended. I like to control how much of this or that I want to use, which is why I mainly buy like single spice ingredients. But I got so happy that I got to reorganize my spices in a clean area. I put the spices that I use most on the first 2 tier, and then everything else is pretty randomly organized. I hope this gave you guys some cleaning inspiration to tackle those forgotten spaces around your house. I'll meet you guys in the comments. But if you're more of a thumbs up type of person, I'll take that too. I will see you guys in the next one.